everybody, and welcome to our weekend science kitchen. And today we are cooking something that if you want to cook it, you wouldn't find a lot of recipes on YouTube. And maybe you have already guessed what I'm talking about, as it's meat, not a lot of YouTube. Of course, it's conejo, means rabbit. It's not a full rabbit, it's only rabbit's thighs. First scientific principle that we need to obtain there is that rabbit has specific taste and specific smell consequently. So, what I suggest you to do in order to mitigate the effect of this smell and taste is to cut off all the fat that you see on rabbit. So, rabbit's meat is pretty dense. And in order to eat it well without making any power, in order to cut it with your teeth, all that cooks are doing around the world is they are frying it at first on pan quickly and then stewing it in saucepan. But at the same time, they are saying that, meat of rabbit is so diet one. But while frying it on pan, they are not doing it on dry pan. They are using olive oil and even butter, and after they are saying, oh, it has so crusty cover and it's still diet one. Hello! It's not a diet meat anymore after you are making such a recipe. So, in our case, we would be honest with you guys. We would fry it on a dry pan, and after that, I'll tell you what we would do. We would not make brewing with flour and salt mix. You will see. If you have thick bottom pan, then 6 out of 9 is pretty nice. But your pan should be hot enough, so as usually, testing it, yeah, it works. As far as I told you, frying rabbit without any cover, without whatever, just on dry pan, and I would recommend you to do it about 2 minutes each side. Oh yeah, it's fried well on one side, now we turn it over. You remember I was telling you about stewing a rabbit? We would need to do this after frying it 2 sides 2 minutes, but if you have a lot of rabbit, like the full rabbit, it should be about kilo and a half, and obviously that it would not fit into a pan, you would need like a saucepan, and even not that small but higher one. But we're so lucky that we have flat rabbit, we have only just about half a kilo, yeah, and we have really high boards, so it means that we can do stewing right there in this very pan. And moreover, I want to make high kitchen, not just a home one. So I would make white sauce. It means that it would be rabbit's fricassee, and sour cream would help me. Usually, for a kilo of rabbit, it's recommended to give about 6 tablespoons of sour cream. But we have 0.555 kilos. It means that I would give about 3.333 tablespoons of sour cream. One more scientific hack is that if I give there for stewing just cold water, it would be bad because you understand the temperature would fail dramatically at the moment, so rabbit would feel itself not very bad and we take care about nature. So that's why right cook always have like this kettle with pretty hot water. It should be about 90 degrees, and now if I give it there, rabbit would not suffer. And now for stewing, I'm dropping temperature from 6 to 2 and adding sour cream and start waiting for about 50 minutes. Alright, 50 minutes ago, it's time to take a look how our rabbit feels like. Ooh, I think that he feels very nice. And now it's time to make seasonings like salt and pepper. I guess you have heard that rabbits, during their life, really love grass. And after that, it continues, so we need some seasoning with herbs And what is important for white sauce when you're making fricassee, it's better to use thyme, and rosemary, better to use for red sauce when you're using tomatoes, garlic, onion, etc. etc. So we have only two seasonings, Italian and Spanish one, and in Spanish one there are both rosemary and thyme, and here there is thyme and oregano, so I would suggest to use Italian herbs in this case. So it should be not too much, it should be right on the top of your teaspoon, so it's about a quarter. Right now our fricassee doesn't look like fricassee at all, because we have our sour cream and water split off each other, so they are separated. And at the same time, this sauce is not thick enough in order to assume it to be a fricassee. So for that reason, I'm suggesting to use old trick. French guys, these cooks de français, they are using these yolks from the eggs, and in this case it would be quite a little bit difficult, quite time expensive, because you need to take off your rabbit first, then to add yolks, and you cannot drop yolks definitely into the water because it's hot one, so yolks would coagulate, so a lot of difficulties. What I would do is I'm having a motion of flour in my cup with water, and now with Thai flow I would add it into my boiling rabbit, and I hope that sauce would become thick. And as usually guys, as rabbit is ready for tasting, then we would taste it. Alright, I can see that meat is absolutely white, so it's ready. Now let me... it's so hot. Yeah, that's great. This particular rabbit doesn't have specific taste. It has taste of all the flavoring what we did, so it's perfect. And at the same time, it's pretty soft. And what I have forgotten to tell you that rabbit is just a chicken. So your attitude to rabbit should be as your attitude to chicken, because rabbit is actually a chicken with fur. Yeah. So, and the principles of cooking rabbit are almost the same. So taste this rabbit with us, subscribe to our channel, put your thumbs up, and wait for the next weekend where we will be cooking again something very scientific and very tasty.